Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we discuss all things financial literacy. If you're planning to start a business, one of the most critical decisions that you'll need to make early is selecting whether you need a virtual address service. Many new business owners don't realize just how important this choice is. Your virtual address isn't just a formality, it's a key part in how your business is perceived by customers, lenders, and even search engines. It impacts your privacy and your business credibility. Now, some of you might be asking, what is a virtual address? A virtual address is a real street address that's provided by a third-party service that you can use as your business address without having to occupy a physical location. It allows you to register your business with the Secretary of State, receive business mail, and present a professional image to the world. In today's digital age, this is more than just a convenience, it's often a necessity. In this video, we're going to break down the top 4 virtual address services that are available to you at this time. These include 2 virtual mailbox providers and 2 virtual office services. And finally, which business address I would recommend is best for business credit approvals. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Let's start with the basics. A virtual address is a real physical address that you can use as the office, mailing, and business address for your LLC or your corporation. However, unlike a traditional office, you're not actually required to occupy the physical space. You don't have to lease a building, you don't have to show up every day or keep the lights on. The address exists for legal, professional, and operational purposes, but you work from anywhere that you would like. Once you obtain a virtual business address, that location becomes the official address for all legal documents, mail, registration, and business correspondence. This address is what goes on your business filing, your IRS forms, your website, and all your professional materials. So in essence, it serves as the professional face of your business to the outside world. Next, let's discuss why using your home address is a risky choice. Now, I talked about this in a previous video about common mistakes that you make when forming your LLC, and far too many new business owners make this mistake of using their personal home address when setting up their business. At first, this may seem like a simple solution. It's free, right? You already have access to it and it requires zero setup. But the problem is that your LLC or your corporation address becomes public record. That means anyone, including customers, competitors, angry clients, or total strangers, can look up your home address in seconds. Now picture this. You have a customer who's frustrated because you denied them a refund or something simple. Or maybe someone just thinks your business owes them something. In most cases, these situations are resolved peacefully, but sometimes people escalate. Maybe they just send a threatening letter, or maybe they show up at your house. It's not just uncomfortable, it can be a terrifying situation. By using your personal address, you potentially open the doors to harassment, property damage, stalking, even violence, and legal action against you if you respond with violence. And even if nothing extreme happens, your sense of security and privacy will never be the same. I hear this next question very often: why can't I use a P.O. box? I understand why that feels like a good compromise. After all, it's not your home and you can receive mail there. Unfortunately, this doesn't work when setting up a business. In most US states, you are required to list a physical street address when registering your business. That means the Secretary of State will reject your application if it lists a P.O. box as the principal business location. Beyond legal rejection, there is the optics that a P.O. box can make your business appear less legitimate to clients, banks, and even suppliers. When someone sees P.O. Box 123 instead of a street address on your invoice or your website, it may raise some red flags or suggest you're not serious, or worse, that you're hiding something. That's not the image that you want for your brand. And last, the difference between a virtual office and a virtual mailbox. A virtual mailbox at its core is a service that provides you a real physical mailing address. You can have all your mail sent to there instead of your home or another personal location. Once your mail arrives, the virtual mailbox usually provides a scan with the front of the envelope, and it'll upload it to your account through a secured online platform. From there, you can log in and choose whether or not to open them, scan them, forward them to a different address, shred them, or simply just recycle them. This type of service is useful for people who work remotely, who travel frequently, or just want to keep their business and personal address separate for privacy and professional reasons. Virtual mailboxes offices are often used for those who want a reliable system for handling important business mail without needing a physical address. On the other hand, a virtual office is an umbrella term that refers to a broader collection of services, typically bundled together or offered a la carte. Usually they include a mailing address like the virtual mailbox service, and then it goes way beyond that. A virtual office service may include a professional phone number, access to a live receptionist who answers calls in your company's name, a lobby directory list, access to a physical office space or conference rooms, and even a dedicated desk or private office if you need it. In essence, a virtual address mimics the setup of a traditional office without requiring you to physically occupy that space full time. If your business requires a more established presence, essentially in the eyes of clients or financial institutions, then a virtual office might be the best option. It really just depends on the nature of your business, honestly. Now, here is a big one. If you plan on applying for business credit cards or loans, your business address does make a difference. A home or residential address often signals a sole proprietorship or a very new business. They can see that that address is residential. A professional virtual address, especially one located in a commercial area, signals that your business is established and it's trustworthy. Having a virtual address also ensures that all of your business information is consistent across multiple platforms. Your business filings, your EIN, and your bank account, and your Dun & Bradstreet profile. This consistency improves your chances of approval for credit line, funding, and vendor accounts. Now, another question that I get, will banks reject virtual addresses for your business? Here's the thing. I've done underwriting myself, and one of the simplest things that you could do while trying to decide if a business is legitimate is simply Googling that business. And a personal banker may even do this with you in person. If I would see that the business address is in a commercial shopping center or a business district, that will look good even if it's a virtual address. Not only that, virtual offices normally don't have a mailbox, so you can't even tell for the most part that it is a virtual office. That is one thing that will give a virtual office an advantage over a virtual mailbox, which can sometimes be in the oddest locations. And sometimes these odd locations can seem, not acceptable. But you need to know all banks don't have the same policy. I've opened business bank accounts at over 20 banks within the last 24 months. And what I can say is 90% of the time, I was able to use a virtual mailbox address with no problem. And when I had a virtual office, honestly, they rarely ever asked because it was just a regular business address with a suite. And if you Googled it, it was actually a business office location. So with my virtual office, it was rarely even something that came into question. Again, virtual offices really don't get scrutinized as much. I recommend that you Google your office and look at the area and decide if the location is good. Then you can Google the virtual mailbox, look at the location, and if it actually looks good, then maybe you'll go with that instead. It really just depends on your business. So when is it the right time for you to get a virtual address? Now, the ideal time to get a virtual address is before you file your business paperwork. That way, your virtual address becomes the official registered address of the business from the very beginning. This ensures that your home address never shows up on public record, preserving your privacy from day one. However, if you've already registered your business using your home address, don't worry, you can still make the switch. You'll need to file an amendment with your Secretary of State to update the articles of organization, and then update your address on all relevant documents, including with the IRS and your business bank accounts. Also, if you decide to discontinue your virtual address services, you'll simply notify your provider, cancel the subscription, and choose a new address for your business. Just remember, update all the records across the state, IRS, the banks, and public directories to avoid any confusion. Now that we've gone over some of the commonly asked questions, hopefully you understand the importance of a virtual address and a virtual office and mailbox. So now let's review our top virtual addresses for today. We'll be looking at iPostal 1, Anytime Mailbox, as well as Regus and Alliance virtual offices. Now, I've personally used all four, so I can give you a first-hand experience of the pros and cons of each. iPostal One is one of the most recognized names in the digital mailbox industry with over 3,500 physical locations across the globe. iPostal One allows you to choose a real physical street address where your mail is received and scanned into an app, letting you view it digitally. They offer several plan tiers starting at $9.99 per month for their basic digital mailbox. Their business address plan, which I've used, starts at $14.99 per month or $149.99 per year if you choose annual billing. This plan includes mail scanning, a digital mailbox, and the ability to register your business with the address. For a slightly higher fee, you can also add a virtual phone number, a fax line, and a voicemail service. Their business green plan allows for 30 pieces of incoming mail per month, with other tiers available if you expect more volume. One key benefit is their user-friendly mobile app, which has strong reviews and is available on both Android and iOS platforms. However, iPostal One does have some drawbacks. After your 30 mail item limit, there's actually a charge for every piece of additional mail. Shredding, check deposits, and other services also come with added fees. So I did notice that the more mail that I pick up, and sometimes it seems like they try to get mail sent to me intentionally in order to get this fee to charge you. So do be aware that it does cost you money to pick up your mail after a certain point. Another potential issue is that Google business profile verification. It can be tricky with iPostal One because their addresses include mailbox numbers, which may trigger Google to reject them. The same issue can arise with banks, which sometimes flags these addresses as invalid. So that's the issue that people usually have with virtual address mailboxes. It's the mailbox number that's also attached to the address, whereas virtual offices don't have that. They have suite numbers. Still, overall, user satisfaction is high. Trustpilot rates iPostal One as great with a 4.2 star rating based on 8,000 reviews at the time of recording this video. From what I can tell, most users appreciate the convenience of the app, functionality, and the reliability of the services. I myself do like the app. It's very simple. I can check my mail. If it's something important and it's scanned, I'll go pick it up. If not, then I'll just leave it. And after 30 days, they do shred it, but they also charge me after 30 pieces of mail. So if you're simply looking for a strong digital mailbox solution for individuals or small business use, iPostal One is a top tier option, and personally, I give it 3.5 stars out of 5. Next, we have Anytime Mailbox, which operates similarly to iPostal One, but often comes in at a lower price point. Now, they have more than 2,500 locations worldwide, and their basic plan can actually start as low as $4.99 per month, but the average is $9.99. And after I tested a few locations by searching Las Vegas on their platform, some plans offer open and scan forwarding, shredding, and recycling services. However, entry-level plans usually include only 5 free scans per month. Mail forwarding costs $5 and up depending on the location and service tier. Now, Anytime Mailbox is attractive for budget-conscious entrepreneurs. It is important to be very cautious. Their mobile app has a poor reputation. It's a 2.4 star rating. Many users do complain about missing scans, slow service, and poor responsiveness. There also are complaints regarding issues in certain states where the address provided is not accepted for business registration. Trustpilot shows over 1,300 plus reviews for Anytime Mailbox with a respectable rating of 3.8, but you should read through those reviews carefully. Many complaints involve customer service delays or inconsistencies with their partner locations. So I'll say this, if your only concern is having the cheapest mailbox and you don't care about the app quality, scan reliability, this may work for you, but you should do some research to ensure that your state accepts the address for official business use. But from what I can tell, it depends on the location. You have to understand they partner with these different businesses that are usually like mailbox, PO box services. So the quality of service that you get really does vary depending on those locations, so it will take some independent research. Moving on to Regus. Now, Regus boasts a network of over 4,000 plus locations across more than 120 countries. This was the first virtual office provider I've ever used, and my experience was mixed at best, but I'll talk about some of the good things. Regus offers a wide range of services, including virtual offices, co-working spaces, meeting rooms, and even day use offices. Their locations are premium. often found in business complexes and towers. Their professionalism is unmatched. So if you wanted a virtual office where it's almost like assured that you will not have any issues with locations, reporting, anything like that, this is going to be the one. Regus offers several virtual office packages, but I'll try to break it down into 3. The business address plan is starting at $49 per month, and this is like an average that I've gotten. This plan provides a professional business address and mail handling service. You also have the virtual office for $123 per month. This includes all the features of the business address plan, plus the telephone answering service and access to Regus Global Business Network. And last, you have the Virtual Office Plus. This comprehensive package offers everything in the virtual office plan, along with access to meeting rooms and 5 days of office space each month. So you do get access to a physical office that you can visit. And if someone Googles your address, they'll see a high-end building, not a mailbox or a small strip center, which is great. I mean, it looks very professional. That said, though, Regus has some significant drawbacks. Their pricing structure can be confusing despite the plan options that I just gave you. If you sign up in the middle of the month, you may be charged for the full month as well as the next month in advance. They also tend to include services like mail forwarding by default, which is kind of annoying. They don't ask you, they just put it on there, and then you'll be billed for this unless you actually opt out. So what looks like a $75 a month service can quickly balloon up to $200 in more than 30 days. So when it comes to Regus, it is like ridiculously expensive. I can get a virtual mailbox for, let's say, $150. You'll spend that per month with Regus. So, I mean, it becomes really expensive really quick. Customer service is another pain point. On Trustpilot, Regus has almost 20,000 reviews with a below average rating of 3.5. Many of the negative comments revolve around billing practices. There's hidden fees and difficulties canceling this service. So if you go with Regus, I recommend visiting the location first. You want to get a feel for the receptionist, the environment, and whether the staff is attentive and friendly, because you'll likely be interacting with them very often. On the bright side though, Regus does have a very good mobile app. It is very easy to use. The app has a 4.5 star rating based on 2,500 reviews. The app is responsive and makes scheduling very easy if you want to actually get into an office. However, one of the biggest things that I don't like, there is no built-in mailbox scan feature. You literally have to call somebody or email them to find out if you have any specific pieces of mail. There is no way for you to actually just see it. And often I would just run down to the office like every other month and have like stacks of mail. So that does get kind of tedious. So all in all, I give Regus a 3 out of 5 stars in my experience with them. And finally, we have Alliance Virtual Offices. This service offers more than just a mailbox. They have over 1,400 locations, and Alliance Virtual Offices provides plans that include receptionist support, business phone numbers, mail forwarding, and access to physical meeting rooms. Alliance offers 2 main plans. The Platinum plan starts at $49 per month. This includes a professional business address, mail handling, and access to on-site staff. You also have the Platinum Plus plan for $199 per month. You get all the Platinum features plus 16 hours of meeting room or private office usage per month. There's also additional optional services, and you can customize these and make your own plan with add-ons like receptionist services, virtual phone numbers, and mail forwarding. I've tried their service myself and I was impressed with the level of professionalism. These are not mailbox centers and strip malls. Most of Alliance locations are in recognizable business districts, and they're in buildings that look and feel like legitimate offices. And this is especially helpful when you want to verify your business with Google. The absence of a mailbox number makes verification smoother, and the receptionist can help facilitate that process. On the downside though, Alliance does not have a mobile app. That means if you want to check your mail, you'll need to call or email their locations as well. There's also a one-time setup fee of around $200 that covers the onboarding and compliance process. But their Trustpilot reviews are excellent with a 4.1 star rating of over 1,600 users. Most reviews cite friendly staff, efficient service, and overall satisfaction. So if your business needs a prestigious image or a plan that meets clients in person, Alliance is a strong contender, and I give Alliance Virtual Office 3.5 stars out of 5. So let's summarize my recommendations. If you're looking for a virtual mailbox that includes a real business address, I highly recommend iPostal One. It offers the best blend of affordability, professionalism, and reliability. You will need to Google the address in order to make sure that it's in a very business-like center. Again, usually these are in little strip malls and maybe like near laundromats and stuff like that. It doesn't look very business oriented, but you will have to just take a look and see exactly where it's located. If you're looking for a virtual office, my top choice is Alliance Virtual Offices. They give you the prestige and functionality of a traditional office, including receptionist services and easy Google verification without the huge overhead like Regus. Whichever option you choose though, keep in mind having a virtual address is essential in today's business environment. Not only does it protect your personal privacy, it also adds legitimacy to your business in the eyes of banks, customers, and potential partners. Do your research, understand your needs, and choose the service that aligns with your business goals. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments which virtual address service you plan to use. And if you have any experience with these providers, let me know your insight. That can really help other people make a more informed decision when it comes to having a virtual office. Thanks for watching once again. Best of luck with your business journey, and you guys have a wonderful day.